Hello guys and welcome in a new video. My name is Fadi Debo. Let's start. In this video we will talk about data validation. So before we insert data in the database or update it or delete it, we should make some validation on the data. So to do this we should install in one package called Express-Validator. Let's do it. So we'll open the terminal. If it's not open like this, click on terminal, new terminal, then we will install Express-Validator by typing npm install and Express-Validator. So just wait a second. Yeah, npm install Express-Validator, and we should wait until the installation complete. So this package will help us to make our custom validation of the data before we deal with the database. The use of this package is too easy. To use it, we just need to know how the operation will start. When I ask for any route, the request comes to the route file at the first. So here I will import the Express-Validator. I will import one function from it, which is check, and I will call require Express-Validator. So we import a check function from Express-Validator. What is a check function? A check function is a function that allow us to check the data if it's numeric or if it's alphabet or alphanumeric, or it's empty, or it's exist, or it's not exist, or it have a lot of built-in function. We will see some of this function now. Where we can use this check? We can use this check inside the routes that we want to make the validation on it. Let's say we need to make validation on delete user, and we just need to remember that the delete function give us just the ID. So in the route, look what I will do. After the name of the route, I will put comma, then I will put brackets, like array brackets. Inside it I will call check method, and which field we want to make validation on it, it's the ID. After that I will put dot, and this is some function from the validator. So let's say exist. See, it's from validator. That means ID should be exist. If not, I will send message with message. This message will be ID is required. Also, we can put another function like is numeric. So I have to say that the ID should be just a number. So is numeric, do that. If it's not numeric, we will send message, error message. Let's say ID should be only number. Also, we can do a lot of this function. Just type is, and you will see is after, is alpha, is array. Look, there is a lot of function, is float, is boolean, and is hash. There is a lot of these function. We will deal with it one by one in the next video. So for now we check the ID if it exists. If not, they will send it will send us this message, and we will check the ID if it's numeric. If not, this message will be shown. So after the check method do the validation, the result of this validation will send to who? This actually work like a middleware. What's the meaning of middleware? Middleware, it's when I ask for some route, this function will activate and do what the operation inside, like exist is numeric, blah blah blah. After he finish, the result of this middleware, this call middleware here, after this comma, the result we will send to the user controller, to the delete user function. So here in user controller, I will also make const, I will import one function called validation result from require, sorry, also it's express validation validator. So in the route we import the check method that will do the validation for us, and in the controller we import the validation result function, which will receive the validation result and display the error message if there are any errors. So how to use this validation result? Inside the delete function here, I will say const errors equal validation result for the request. Why for the request? Because the request contain our ID. So it will be checked when we ask for the route, and the result of validation we will receive here, and we will put it in errors. So I will say if not errors dot is empty. So if not empty, I will do this, else that means there is no error, I will continue the previous code. If there is any error, I will send it to the postman. I will say response.json and I will put errors dot array, because it's array because maybe there is more than one error when we ask for this route. Let's see if that will work, and let's say npm start. Wait seconds. Okay, here we will click plus sign and we will type local host 3001 and delete user. We should send body row and select JSON, and we should send the ID. So we validate in the route if the ID should be exist. If not exist, there is a message will appear to us, ID is required. Let's try to not send the ID and send delete user, sorry, let's say that. Oh, cannot get delete user. Why? Because the route is not get, is post. Sorry, my fault. Send now. Look, we didn't send anything, so it tell me ID is required and should be only number. Let's say ID, so I will send the ID, but I will send it not number, I will send character, and I will make the request. It found errors and it tell me ID should be only number because we say the ID should be numeric. If not, this message will display. So if now we can put one, send, delete, done. So we make some validation before any operation will be done on the database. That's called request validation. We will continue with validation function in the next video. Before I finish this video, I just want to ask you to subscribe the channel, to support the channel, to continue publishing this video, and thanks a lot.